We are live, Bay State running, taking our tour around Massachusetts. This one is another special one because I'm not familiar with them, but I know how hard they work. We are standing with the senior class from Wilmington, Massachusetts. The Middlesex is in the house. Class of 2020 is here. Ladies first. Ladies, can you introduce yourself, please?
Hi, I'm Evie. I do middle distance. I've been in track all 4 years of high school, and I just started cross country this year.
I'm Hannah. I'm a jumper. I've done track all 4 years, and I started cross country junior year, and then did this year.
Excellent, excellent. Fellas, the ladies have done a great introduction. Your turn, guys.
I'm Joe. I've been doing cross country and track pretty much my entire high school career. I'm primarily a long distance guy.
I'm Greg. I've been doing track and cross country for all 4 years, primarily the mile and the track.
My name's Joe. I've done 3 years of cross country and 2 years of winter track.
So we have a wide range of talent and versatility in this group today, which I love, though everyone has experienced cross country. So guys, first and foremost, I just want to say I appreciate you guys from a distance. I never said how I appreciate the Wilmington program because I've never really got to connect with you guys one-on-one. My peers, I have peers obviously at Wakefield, Lexington, Woburn, other towns, respectively in the Middlesex. But every time my peers were going against a battle against you guys, they rolled up their sleeves. They're like, man, Wilmington is really, really tough. And then this year, this past fall cross-country season, I really zeroed in on what you guys were doing. And I just have to say, you know, salute to your program, salute to the head coaches over at Wilmington. And a lot of you guys never really got your just due, even though it's not about obviously winning, you know, because there's only one winner, but you guys were all fearless competitors, and Wilmington was definitely a force. So I wanted to reach out to you guys because we felt here at Bay State Running that the class of 2020 is really, really special, obviously, because you guys haven't got to run in a few months. Obviously, the COVID has affected graduation, prom plans, but we wanted to let you guys know how special you guys are and also to check in on, you know, life hasn't stopped. Clearly, we both got up today. We all have our faculties are working. So there's a bright future in front of us. So let's start with the ladies. If you don't mind me asking, start with Evie. Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Evie, every screen is frozen. Evie, can you hear me?
I was just picking up a little bit.
All right. Evie, let's start with you. You mentioned that you ran all 4 years. When did it click for you? When did you embrace this sport of track and field, cross country, whatever?
I would say sophomore year, it really clicked. Our freshman year, it was kind of just more for fun. And sophomore year was when I think my whole grade started picking up speed, getting better in our events. I started the 400 hurdles my sophomore year, which is now my primary event. So I think everything started to fall in place that winter, that spring.
Excellent, excellent. Hannah, yourself?
I'd have to say sophomore year too. I just was like clicking in my events, and I think I just got more serious after that, like both seasons.
Mm-hmm. Guys, one of the Joes.
For me, things started to get serious right after my freshman spring year. I kind of just realized that I could go, you know, as far as I wanted in this sport as long as I was willing to work hard. So I really, you know, embraced the grind that summer and I joined cross country for the first time and I loved it.
Hartzell.
Probably going into my junior year cross country because I had a big summer leading up to that, and the season before wasn't exactly what I wanted. But going into my junior season, I improved my times and my splits, and I felt really good going into the fall or winter.
And last but not least, Mr. Adamek.
So I'd say it kind of clicked around after freshman spring year too. I was practicing with Joe, grinding hard, and like my freshman year was pretty solid, but it wasn't until my sophomore year that I really like got into the grind. So
Guys, the cross country and the indoor coach. What's your coach's first name?
so cross country it's Brian Shell, and then track it's Michael Kinney.
All right, so I've never got to formally meet those men, but they look like they do a great job. I love to see that they are locked in and they're focused. How's that experience you guys have had from your college, from your cross country coaches and your indoor and outdoor coaches? How has that experience mixed with you guys building that culture, building that tradition at Wilmington? Has that helped all you guys develop into the student athletes that you are today?
I think that the coaches have built an outstanding culture because when our grade got there, the team wasn't very good. We were kind of going through a rough patch, but most of the kids in our class, we embraced the process and we were willing to do just about anything to get better. And now that we're leaving, the program has come really far, and we owe a lot of that to the coaches and the culture that they built.
Yeah, most definitely. Like I know that both Coach Shell and Coach Kinney have really pushed me to do my best and really believed in me that I could go off and do, just the extra second that, of practice that I could go and get better. So I really do owe a lot of them.
Yeah, they keep you busy, they keep you centered, and they keep you hardworking. They believe in you that you can do what you need to with all the hard work, and they're always there for you. Whether it's at practice or after practice, they're always there for you.
Yeah, I can't speak on Coach Kinney because he's the boys coach, but Shell, I think, is a great role model in terms of running. He runs everything with us, does every practice. That's so special in a coach to have a role model that can pace you. He does all the road runs with us. He ran his first Boston Marathon last year. And our high jump coach, Coach Patron, has the New England record for high jump. He jumps over 7 feet. We have really great role models for our events.
Excellent. So, Joe had mentioned that when you guys had arrived high school 4 years ago, Wilmington wasn't the program that it is today. What would you say to the next wave of Wilmington athletes? Because it's going to be hard to replace you guys, right? But they have to carry the torch. Someone has to carry tradition on. What do you say to the next wave of Wilmington athletes? What should they expect from the fabulous coaching staff that you guys have? How tough the Middlesex is, and truly, and finally, how beautiful our sport is of cross country and track and field.
I would just say,
No, Joe, you go.
I would just say, you guys know what you have to do. We've got a really great junior class. They know exactly what it takes to, be great. And they know that the coaches will work with them every step of the way. They know how tough the Middlesex is. They know that you don't get anything for free. So I would just say, keep doing what you're doing, teach the younger kids, and you guys will go as far as you want.
Are you gonna go, or can I say something?
You go first.
All right, thanks. I think stay passionate, stay hard work, keep your hard work up, and stay enthusiastic. The Middlesex League, there's a lot of good teams. Lexington and all of those big schools, but they just got to keep their head up, regardless of what times they're running against some of the top guys in the state. They just got to keep going, and I think whatever they do is great, and I think they can stay on top.
I'd say to them that don't put a limit on yourself. Definitely, they can go on to do great things. And, it's kind of hard not to think, well, this is too fast for me. When in reality, they can go really, really fast, and they could do really well against the rest of the state. It's just that, they need to believe in themselves.
Ladies?
I would say give everything you have to every race that you run, because it might be your last one and you don't know. And we do have a league championship that's been kind of on the line for winter. And I know that the girls on our team have the potential to win it. They just got to give everything they have. They can do it, even if we're not there.
You guys mentioned confidence and belief in yourself. In our sport, we have peaks and valleys. There's our highs, there are our lows. Can everyone share with me what some of their lows were first, and then what was the triumph in the high?
So for me, right after my first cross-country season, I started to get slower, even though I was, still working hard. I didn't change anything. And it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And then by the time I got to the end of spring, it was just absolutely miserable. I wasn't having any fun with it at all. I went to a physical therapist. I found out that hips were really messed up. So I spent a lot of the summer in physical therapy and just trying to get back to where I was. It took a really long time, but eventually I did get back into it and I started having fun with it again.
Okay.
I think this year. Oh, you go.
Ladies,
Sorry.
go ahead.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I started my sophomore and junior winter not running the same times that I ran the winter before. And sometimes it's hard to come into the first race and not be where you were. But if you keep working, you'll get back there. I always got back. I always ended the season better than the season before. And this past winter especially, I had a really nasty injury, and I was out for most of the entire season. I thought I'd never get back where I was, and then I ended the best way I could have.
Evie and Joe, was a junior year. I started having some issues with my back, and I high jumped, and I found out like a week before states. So like that whole week leading up, I was just getting like pretty nervous, but it all works. It all works out. You do what you can, and I had a good meet. So
5'2" is really, really good, kid.
yeah, thank you.
Fellas.
This year was kind of tough. I mean, I was really going hard in the summer, and I was kind of having some knee pain. My muscles were kind of aching from all the work, and I kind of had an ankle problem second half of the fall, and it was just kind of tough not being able to run the times I can run in my final meets. But I recovered. I went on the bike, and I came back and improved a lot in the winter, and had a really fun season. My last winter season, I had a really fun time with all my teammates. And that's something I'll never forget.
So around like halfway through my sophomore cross-country season, I started getting a lot of consistent injuries. Like one week it might be my ankle was messed up, and next week, my knee was just in absolute horrible shape. And, I got like a long streak of injuries then. And then winter track right after that, I got really sick. So there was a lot, to push through there, and a lot in my way towards, trying to get better. And I don't know, I just tried to push through it, and then eventually spring happened. So
You sure bust through it, my man. You definitely bust through it. One of the best distance runners in our state. So everyone, where are we taking our talents? Let's start with the ladies. In a few months, you guys will be graduating, and you have a bright, bright future in front of you. You're taking your academic talents first, then your athletic talents to complement. Where everyone going? Let's start with the ladies.
Next year, I'm going to Tufts University. They have a D3 team, so I've definitely looked into running there. I'm going to start out not on the team and see if I can handle academics first, but they have a great indoor track, like a huge facility, and the outdoor track and their whole fitness centers is great. I'll definitely be working even if I'm not on the team right away.
I believe you can make that team go Jumbos. Go Jumbos.
Well, I'm going to Springfield College next year. I'm gonna compete on their team in the winter.
Oh, hold on, Hannah. Repeat that. You going where?
I'm going to Springfield College.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's D3, but it's a great program. It has just amazing things. So hopefully, in a few years or maybe next year, I'll see Evie on the Tufts team. So
Okay. Okay. Guys.
So I'll be going to a UMass Amherst in the fall. As for running, I'm not sure if I'm good enough to be on that team yet. Maybe give it a couple years. I'll see what I can do. But whether I'm on the team or not, I'm definitely keep running while I'm in college.
Okay.
Also going to UMass Amherst, and I'm probably going to start off on the club team because I can't walk onto the cross country team freshman year. But I do hope, I do want to join their track team as soon as possible. So
Excuse me. Greg, you're a 425 miler.
yeah, I know.
What team can you not run for, bro?
I
Yeah. Did you not see my interview with Tim Ritchie? Hit Tim up, please, and tell him that Coach H sent you. You're a 425 guy. Like, you can run with anyone in Massachusetts. Yeah. Joe Hartzell.
I'll be going to Penn State in the fall, and obviously they're a big school, Division I, but I still got my spikes, still got my trainers, so be bringing those to campus, probably doing club track. And if that doesn't work out, probably just do some workouts on my own, stay active, get my money out of my spikes.
Guys, first and foremost, that was the school that I attended. I attended UMass Amherst in 1996. However, I didn't finish. But I do want to share to you guys, this is my thing. There's a place for everyone. Like D1, D2, D3. There are kids at the Division III level who will absolutely destroy kids at the Division I level. Sometimes it's not always about just it's also the academics. There's kids who are high level elite runners who want to go and focus on their academics, so they're not worried about, the competition. They're putting their academics first. So do not sleep. D3 is Middlesex all over again. If not, stronger. A lot of talent in D3. And I really want to stress to you guys that whatever you do, I did hear across the board that we are still dreaming, and that's good to hear. Some even have long-term goals, transferring from one school to another. Some have even mentioned that, potentially doing club sports. But what you will see, guys, I challenge you to do your research. Most of the people who run really, really well, I believe, on the next level, it happens in 4th to 5th years. So don't be jaded, right away. You can do it. It might take time to adjust because there's going to be a new workload academically. And also, our high school coaches, this is me. My high school coach just knew how to get to me. And then when I got to UMass, I'm one of many, I'm one of many great kids. So the rapport that I was accustomed to, that one-on-one relationship, now I truly, truly value it because I'll never get that again. I'm not saying that the collegiate coaches, they're not locked in, they don't care, but there's more in the line. They're offering scholarships. They could get 30 state champions across America, right? So I'm not the only fast kid. So the value of a high school coach is very imperative. And I think that's one of the reasons why I do what I do, because I really value the moment that you guys are in right now, because I never even had a college career. I got to UMass, and no shame, I was distracted. I didn't last because I wasn't focused, and I'm not blaming the coaching staff there. It's really on me. I wasn't mature, and also the thoughts that I put in my head, because I didn't think, oh, I'll never be able to break 150 or 152. I put ceilings And that's the worst thing you can ever do, is put your own ceiling in front of yourself. And a lot of you guys have touched upon that. Like, nah, that's not the route to go. You have to have confidence, you have to believe in yourself, and you have to have rapport. I have noticed that all you guys have ran cross country, and that's why you, Evie, had an amazing 400 hurdles, because that's where you got the strength from. You know, the two Joes and Greg, you guys like were in the tough Middlesex, and I thought you guys were gonna pull off that divisional meet. Like seriously, you were there in cross country. You know, sometimes the chips just don't fall. It doesn't mean that you guys were not a very competitive team. You guys were D5 or 4, right?
We're 4.
You guys were 4, yeah. And you guys, what were you were this past season? You guys were top, the boys team in cross in D4. You guys were.
We placed second at divisional.
Yeah. Second at divisional. So, and despite the injuries, like that shows how really, that's what I'm saying. From a distance, I was watching Wilmington, and I'm like, they got it. They really do got it. And yeah, you know, Greg, you're one of those kids. Like a lot of people won't know your name right away, but they're going to know your name because you didn't win the big one. But if you look at my interview that I did with Tim Ritchie, the head coach of Umass, I did yesterday, Tim didn't break 5 minutes until junior year. But he made the Olympic team? Like, hold up. He didn't break 5 minutes as a junior. And he went on to have an illustrious career at BC. Now he's running professionally for Saucony. So I'm not trying to hear the kid, you know, everyone here has a bright future. That's my thought. So guys, before we go, let's give a special shout out to those coaches that you guys have. This is a chance, your platform. Let's just talk to those guys that how instrumental, and just say a few words to them. They probably will see this. I'll forward it to them. What would you say to those guys, ladies and gentlemen, what they've done for you in the last 4 years, your head coaches?
I'll say a thank you to Brian Schell. He's been my coach for 4 years. I mean, I said it already, but I couldn't ask for a better role model as a coach. I don't know that many coaches that can pace their kids and run with them for every race. He always knows what he benches. I didn't even want a 400 hurdle, and he wanted to put me in it. I wouldn't be the runner I am today without him.
Thank you to both Shell and Patron. I mean, Shell, he cares so much about us, and I don't think he gets like the credit he deserves for it. I mean, he runs everything with us, and Patron has just taught me everything I know. I don't think I'd be able to still jump in college if it wasn't for him.
Yeah, for our coaches, you know, I owe just about everything that I've done in this sport to them. You know, when I came in, I was just about nothing. I could barely break 6 minutes in the mile, and they helped me become the man and the runner that I am today. So I owe them just about everything.
For Shell, you know, it's just like I joined, you know, sophomore year, but all 3 years has been awesome. He's kept me busy. He's kept me grounded. You know, he's kept my work ethic high, and I applaud him for that. As for Kenny, you know, 2 seasons with him, he's had a lot of crazy workouts, a lot of crazy stuff, but I know it's for the best of me, so I just want to thank him for being a good coach, also a good teacher. I have him in the classroom, and just not just that, but both of them just good people. They want the best for you, and they know the great things are possible.
Well, you know, knowing Shell and Kenny both for 4 years, it's been a crazy ride, but they've been there for me every step of the way. And, you know, without them, I wouldn't have taught the lesson of resilience and work ethic. Like, they really shaped my ability to go through things and push through all the bad stuff to get to the good stuff. And I don't know, it's one of the most valuable life lessons I've ever been taught.
That's why I knew you guys were special. Class of 2020, guys. You guys are going to be truly, truly missed. But you have to do me a favor, everyone. Make sure that you guys still remain in contact with your coaching staff at Wilmington, first and foremost. You got to pay it forward, right? And also make sure that you guys remain in contact with us, with Bay State Running, please, because what we want to do, we've only been doing it for 4 years, but our goal is to continue to track you guys, the class of 2020. I'm looking forward for you, Greg, to make that team, right? All right, so I need you guys, and I'm waiting for you, Hannah, to transfer over to the Jumbos. Who knows? You might have a great time at Springfield, wherever happens, definitely keep in contact with us. And for my guys that are in the club team, there's a lot of value in that. There's a lot of talent at the club level. The club kids do compete versus other schools because club at D1 is really serious. There's a lot of talent. There's a lot of kids who just decided, you know what? I had a great time in high school. I want to focus on my academics. And that kid could be a 420 miler. And he's on the club team, right? So it's like there is talent at the club level. So let's not undermine that. And I just wanted to say once again, on behalf of Bay State Running, that you guys are an amazing group of kids. I never really got to obviously sit down and talk to you guys about it because sometimes in my role, I just get to interview like the winners, but I'm always looking at the stats. If you follow what we do, I'm always paying attention. And I'm not always looking at the winner. I always look at the kid who's in 15th place and 30th place because you never know. Everyone has a story. I wasn't the kid that was the first place winner. So I understand. So I think it's important for us to have, express ourselves. And I think these moments are imperative because the next generation can see how it's done, how the class of 2020 had leadership, had grace, had resilience, took on endeavors that they were never thought they could ever do, whether it was 400 hurdles, to cross country, to high jump, to running miles. These are things that you guys didn't dream about in 4th or 5th grade. But then, years later, with the help of your coaches, but really you guys, with your hard work, you guys manifested and brought that to fruition. So I always want to say salute to you guys. Before we go, shout out to our parents. Can we give a special shout out to the parents, our guardians?
Hey.
Yeah, thank you for watching all the meets. Shout out to my fans.
Anyone else?
Shout out mom and dad, #1 fans. Packing all my food for the meets, watching all my meets, coming to my senior night, all that stuff. Always wishing me good luck. It means a lot. Small, but really works for me.
Yep.
Thank you to my mom. She's supported me through so much. She's been the one constant in my life throughout everything. So I can never thank her enough for that.
Yeah, shout out to my parents too. They've been there for almost every meet, and they cheer me on is just great. And my little brother also, he's my biggest fan. He's been really cute. He's been making signs for a lot of the big meets, and it's great having my family support there while I'm trying my best.
Before you go, Hannah, wait, Greg, there's another one coming?
Yeah. He
Is
seems
he
good
running?
at sprinting, though. I don't know if he really likes the distance stuff.
He's a sprinter. Move him up to the 8. Tell me he could be a mid-distance guy. Right?
I'll work on that.
It's in the family genes. Let's talk about it. Hannah, the floor is yours.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said the floor is yours.
Oh, I just want to shout out to my parents. They stand through hours of meets, and they come to all of them and supporting me. They'll videotape me. So just thank you.
There it is. Well, now to the parents out in Wilmington, Massachusetts, Coach H wants to say, you guys have done an amazing job. You guys have raised phenomenal student athletes and better human beings. So salute to the very first coaches, and now are the parents of Wilmington. So salute to you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, it's always a pleasure. Please, without hesitation, make sure that you guys check in with us. And I'll be looking forward to seeing you guys. Hannah, Springfield, here we come. Evie, Springfield, here we come. Penn State, Umass, here we come. Greg, make sure you email Mr. Ritchie, please. You are a
Okay.
425 guy. Who can you not run for? Seriously. All right. So, guys, peace and blessings. This is Coach H. It was a pleasure. Talk to you guys soon, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ciao.